Don't want to go further than that. I think it's trash. What's up, folks? Brad and Jake from D1 DLC. If you didn't know, there's been a demo available for Prey to play the last few days. If you don't know, Prey, first-person action-adventure game by Arcane Studios. They made Dishonored 2.
Yes.
So there's a 1 hour demo available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's still available now. You can play it. At the time this video comes out, Prey will be releasing tomorrow. We won't have a review copy. Bethesda aren't giving out review copies prior to release. So this is probably going to be the coverage of the game that we're going to give.
I'm really concerned that, one, there's no demo for PC. No one's going to have a clue on how it plays on PC until it's released.
Yep. Dishonored 2 didn't have a great release on PC.
Yeah. It's a first-person shooter for consoles, which I'm always ambiguous about anyway, because I'm always a PC first-person shooter player, and this is quite clearly a first-person shooter-ish. And one thing I did notice right off the bat is the controls are really painful for console. And with your mimics, which are your main enemies in the game, the aliens that you got to fight and kill, they are really fast. And I found the responsiveness of the controller extremely painful to get my head around in order to actually fight these guys with a wrench. That's all I had at the time.
Did you pick up the shotgun?
Yes.
During that? Yeah, as did I. Couldn't hit the backside of a barn with that thing.
I wasted all of my shells trying to... I thought, I'm going to smash these guys now. Nope. No.
Smallest spray of a shotgun in history.
Yep.
In history. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a fast-paced shooter.
No.
It's not a Doom.
Which will suit first person on consoles, to be fair. I think there's going to be a lot of exploration, a lot of crafting and stealth. I think that's going to be a bigger part of the game than what we've seen in the demo, which might lend itself better to the console controls. But yeah, at the moment, yeah. Did you get the handgun?
No, I didn't. Nope.
Okay, yeah. Towards the end, you can get the handgun just before you finish the demo. The sound was horrible. It sounded like a pop, 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 pop.
I did notice with the shotgun. I actually remarked at the time to Beck, who was sitting next to me, that is the least satisfying shotgun sound I've ever heard in a game.
Yep. Considering the other sound effects in the game are actually quite good, I was shocked. It sounded rubbish.
Yeah. The intro to the game is something worth talking about because lots of people, including yourself, felt that it was quite good. No, so you wake up and there's some, you potter around your room, then you go and you do a tutorial thing, which is kind of okay. I didn't like the pacing of it very much, but it does tie in with the story. And then you get in this helicopter. Which a lot of people are quite enamored with the way this works. So you jump in the helicopter and you fly seemingly to another location. And as you look out the window, it's got like the credits on as billboards and
top
stuff
of buildings
like
and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when you touch down, the lighting is perfect and it comes through Prey.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You were like, not so much.
I got bored and got my phone out and surfed Twitter. So
to be fair, it was like 90 seconds long.
That's a long time. 1/4 of the load time. So that's...
Yes, I didn't actually have it specifically noted down here, but something that we picked up before, the load times are pretty horrific. The initial load sequence probably took me between 60 and 90 seconds, I suppose, which again, is fair point actually. 90 seconds is a long time. But so
if you want, we can sit here silently for 90 seconds. We'll do it at the end. We will finish. We'll finish with 90 seconds of Brad and Jake silence.
But yeah, so you're watching the load bar, finally it gets to 100, you're like, yes, okay, let's get... And then this little flashy sign comes at the bottom saying, not loading, but it's clearly still loading. And then I have to press X.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
The other thing is there's no music either in the load screen. And normally there's sound effects or something just to keep you somewhat occupied. There is nothing. I thought the level design was kind of interesting. And I think there's going to be a lot of options in the full game for exploration and finding different ways through levels that may not normally seem the most obvious route. So that kind of makes me think that there is going to be more of a stealth tactical sort of aspect to the game.
And it's something we know Arcane do well. Again, Dishonored.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think that's going to be kind of interesting to see play out. There's going to be a lot of crafting, I think, in the game as well. There's heaps of materials that you pick up in the demo.
Definitely those RPG elements as well with your skill ups. And it looks like I didn't get to upgrade my suit, but there's options to upgrade your suit as well.
Yeah, that did look kind of cool. Big skill tree there. Kind of cool. The way you upgrade your skills is this really disturbing kind of upgrade tool that you've basically got to jam into your eye socket with 2 giant prongs that go straight into your brain, just kind of freaky.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a bit full on.
didn't like
which
it.
does make me think back to Bioshock a little bit with Eve and the way you do. Yeah,
There's a few things about it that feel a bit Bioshock, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and I think the weapon system, the weapons, the lack of ammunition, gives you that sort of Bioshock feeling as well. I will say that the setting, the Bioshock setting, both Rapture and Bioshock Infinite, fantastic settings, incredibly atmospheric. They're amazing. This game feels generic sci-fi.
It feels a bit slapped together.
Graphics weren't great.
They were terrible. Like, it really shocked me. I was expecting to be really wowed. And besides some of the lens flare effects, which anyone can do ever, I was like, it looks almost like a last generation console game than
the mimics themselves. I didn't like the look of at all.
Yeah, the only time I like the look of them when they were jamming their fist down someone's throat and impaling them. That was kind of cool.
One of the key mechanics with the mimics is that they're called mimics because they can turn into ordinary objects, so you don't recognize them, which gives you the jump scares, which feels a bit cheap.
It does.
Like any object in any room can out of nowhere suddenly
become a mimic.
And at one stage, I saw a mimic turn into the object, which was pretty cool. I just saw it turn into a little light. So it's obviously specific to the area that they're in, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. But I know you're there. So bang, bang, motherfucker. Except when they're in that form, they're invincible.
That's what I wasted half my shotgun shells on, is doing
that is incredibly cheap.
Yeah,
I should be able to throw a grenade into a room and anything that's hidden gets blown out of hiding. That should be the choice that I have. Don't like it.
And it's funny you mentioned that, though, because you're talking about cheap jump scares. Like, there's a moment where you're coming up some stairs and you see this bin sort of doing this weird roll down the stairs, and it's clearly not right. And you're like, even if it was falling normally, I'd be like, that's not right.
Yep.
I know something's here. Right, and it turned into a mimic sort of thing as I walked past it, and I did shoot myself. But still, it's just like...
just feels cheap.
Bit cheap.
And then there's the story.
I kind of found it at least moderately intriguing. So there's obviously a mystery behind this, and part of the demo is you uncovering just a little bit of the mystery to try and find out what's going on. And it turns out that the way that you modify yourself with skills has an impact on your memory, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a chase to uncover what's actually happened up to the point where you're playing the game. Some of it makes me think it might be an okay story. And Arcane Studios, they do pretty good stories. So.
Having played the hour demo, what do you reckon? You gonna interested? Yes, no, maybe.
No.
Same for me.
Yep.
In fact, I want to go further than that. I think it's trash.
Yeah.
It's just so disappointing. It feels like a AA game at best. At best,
feels like it's gonna be awesome, and then you play it and you're like, wow, it's pretty shit.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
not necessarily bad, just incredibly average.
Yeah. And whilst we've gone through good points and bad points, overwhelmingly, I wouldn't even bother playing the demo, to be honest.
Yep, it felt like work.
Worst case, wait for full game release reviews to come out.
Yep.
Some gameplay videos and stuff, and see if it's right for you. Because I don't think the good stuff that's there, I don't think that's going to be enough to warrant purchase.
And more than happy to take those words back if we find out that it is phenomenally good. But
maybe it is Half-Life 3 and we just don't know.
There you go. But based on the demo, not for me. And the other thing is, it is from Bethesda, so just wait 6 months and it'll be $20. It's the Prey demo played, so you don't have to. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends. Bye.
This is Morgan. The year is 2035. Please listen. This isn't a dream. It's a nightmare.